were trained without it, right? We were trained first and foremost on how to read x-rays and then clinically look inside the patient's mouth and then come up with an answer. This is, again, is just a supplement to what we're doing. So it does have its faults. Another thing, I think a lot of people just become over-reliant on it.
I think there's a lot of positives and negatives. I think AI as a whole can run through a lot more data and then pull things to compare it to what disease or diagnosis we're looking for and enhance that experience and make it faster and more specific. But then I think sometimes if you take too much of the compassion and the person out of healthcare and always being on a computer, we lose a lot also with that.
But in terms of, I feel like there's a line we have to draw in terms of like takeover, right? At the end of the day, I feel like whether it's in dentistry or healthcare in general, the dentist, the healthcare provider should be the one doing the procedure.
So I think there's a balance between AI and compassion and healthcare and hands-on and people. I think people are really important.
I feel like AI will definitely struggle with the emotional intelligence for like the medical field because you kind of have to like be empathetic.
I think compassion is just being the human aspect, right? Like asking people about more than their disease, seeing a person as a whole, and then being supportive. When someone gets a terrible diagnosis, you don't want. It's hard to have a robot tell them the answer. Just people in general, I think we can support each other with the human aspect.
I'm Alexis Klaus. I am a student here at Royal Oak High School. I do medical skills here, and I do a work-based learning program called Co-op. I want to go into paramedic and firefighter because I always wanted to work in first responder.
We cover a lot of stuff, like intro to medicine, a lot of medical terminology, abbreviations for a basic understanding of the healthcare field. And then in the second year, we do a lot of anatomy, all of the anatomy mostly. And then the third year is emergency medical response, and then healthcare issues is the fourth semester of that year. We do not teach AI as a tool in our classroom.
I feel like a good amount of jobs in the medical field, AI can't really fully take over. Like, AI can't, position a bone in a certain way. Like, that's mostly like, a human job. Like, you have to physically be there to do it, where AI isn't physical, it's computerized.
So there's a lot of benefits to having AI. I mean, the first thing is, if we're not sure of something, we're able to diagnose a little bit better. We use this as a supplement. We don't really use this as a first thing,
I'm sure there's going to be, more advances in AI, but I do think having the human-to-human interaction is really important in healthcare.
I don't think that